Sue Gray's report, an update rather than a redacted version of a report, has been released, and the terms of her investigation are now known to have covered 16 separate events. The Met is investigating all but 4 of these: the 15th of May Downing Street garden party, the 27th of November departure of a senior official, the 10th of December Education Department gathering of Gavin Williamson, and the 15th of December online Christmas quiz where footage of Johnson asking questions got leaked. You'd think these were amongst some of the most bang-to-rights examples. Somehow odd of the Met to say not enough evidence to investigate these, but it does still mean they're investigating 12 separate incidents of rule breaches. Now, Sue Gray has clearly toned this report down so as to not prejudice the police investigation, not that it does anyway, and she pulls up short of saying whether the law has been broken, since it is for the police to determine that. I fear this report may not do the job of getting rid of Johnson on its own then, as a result. But nonetheless, the findings certainly do not exonerate him either. She found that against the backdrop of COVID restrictions we were all following, the behaviour surrounding these gatherings was difficult to justify, and at least some of them represented serious failure to observe the high standards expected. Gray felt too little thought was given to what was happening in the country to consider such gatherings appropriate, and that there were serious failures of leadership both at Number 10 and the Cabinet Office as a result. She felt some of these events should not have taken place, but at no point does she specify which ones and involving who anywhere in today's release. Excessive alcohol consumption in the workplace is unprofessional, no kidding. And although under the circumstances the use of the Downing Street garden as a work area was not out of the question, being used for gatherings without proper oversight was inappropriate. One particularly concerning finding is that staff were found to feel unable to speak out against behaviours or poor conduct they had witnessed, something which requires urgent correction. And in conclusion, whilst pointing the finger at nobody in particular, Sue Gray found that a number of these events should not have happened or allowed to develop in the manner that they had. There is significant learning from these events to be had, and changes ought to be made which do not require the conclusion of the police investigation. Ultimately, nobody got blamed specifically. The events are all spoken of in a generic fashion. The Met Police have effectively defanged this report, and I'm not sure anything in the short term is going to change. Should the Met Police let Johnson off 16 separate incidents, of which they're investigating 12, don't forget, then I'm calling shenanigans.